Hello, Havenites. Welcome to our Thursday night Haven Comics Quiz Show. As always, I am your host, Josh Olive from Haven Comics, the one, the only friendly local comic book store located at our address in Madison, Alabama. Here with me tonight, as always, is Mr. Jeremy Burdon, the official realtor of Haven Comics. Also, one heck of an artist and a dashing gentleman. How you doing,
I love
Jeremy?
that. I'm good. I love that nod. We are the best comic book store in our shop at the exact location where we are.
Quality of our comic book services may or may not be any better than the services elsewhere.
You know the difference between puffery and fraud? You can't prove or disprove puffery. I think we're the best in the world. Prove me wrong. Right?
Well, that's certainly reasonable. I think we've got a reasonable shot at that claim. We're absolutely the best at our address. No better comic book store at that location on Slaughter Road. Just not a better comic book store out there. We've already got somebody hitting us in the comments. Let's see who we have joining us. It is Mr. Travis Goodwin, a recent contestant on Haven Comics Quiz Show, who took off with a boatload of prizes.
Yeah, he cleaned up.
He cleaned up. You did very well. And it was good to see you Saturday when you came in too, Travis. Thank you much. I understand that you have a new possession that I was sorry to let go, but I'm glad that it went to a good home. Feel free to tell folks about it on here if you want to, so you can make them all jealous.
What did he get?
Well, I don't want to ruin his surprise. It was something we had for sale at the store that I kind of didn't want to sell, but we did because he bought it. Hello, Mike Wesolowski. How are you, sir? It is good to see you. So, just so everybody knows, since we're always really bad about this, let's explain the rules of the game up front so that people know what we do here.
It's important. I feel like that's an important.
Go for
it. Okay, so our guest. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
He got that Star Wars #1 movie variant signed by Mark Hamill.
Awesome.
A thing of beauty. Now I've got that song stuck in my head. Thanks, Mike. Christine, hey, no, you didn't miss it at all. We're just sitting here gabbing.
And you also didn't miss the rules.
Yeah, we're going to go through the rules and actually explain what we do here. We're going to try that for a change and see how that works.
We'll get better at it eventually. So, the rules. Our special guest is going to be in the hot seat. She has the opportunity to answer any question with the exception of the one question that is for audience only. That is our special Canadian bonus question. She has the opportunity to answer. If she gets it wrong, then you guys have the opportunity to win whatever the prize is. So if you want to go ahead and put the answer in, maybe she can use your answer, but also she doesn't know if your answer is right, so she might get the wrong answer. So then there's some stakes. Also, we have prizes. We're going to show the prizes on our prize cam. I think we can go ahead and cut to the prize cam.
Ooh, prize cam. We have our prize camera operator back. We
do. Let's go ahead and show off some of the prizes that we have today.
That was the wrong one. There we go.
We've got some Doctor Who merchandise. We've got our grand prize is going to be Munchkin Magical Mess. We've got a Doctor Who sonic screwdriver. We've got my comic as always. The Canadian flag for the Canadian bonus question winner, along with the $25 gift card to Haven Comics. And then as always, we've got some variant comics. Hey, Josh, talk about this Ninja Turtle mask we've got here.
The one that we just cut away from? Oh, that Ninja Turtle mask. One of our viewers last week, and she's actually on this week, Christine May, she makes masks out of cool fabrics, as you see. And after she watched last week, she donated some masks as prizes for our quiz show. So if you want to go out styling with your rockin' TMNT masks, you can do that. We can hook you up because thank you very much, Christine, as our mask sponsor for this week and for a few more weeks to come. So thank you, Christine. We really appreciate that. That is a pretty rockin' mask, I have to say.
So we definitely have some great prizes for you to win, and with that $25 gift card, you can pick your own prize. So hang out with us until the end.
Of gift certificates.
Absolutely, and if you hang out with us till the end, you could win any one of those prizes. So our special guest obviously is going to win every single one, but audience, she's not going to win any of them. You guys are. So hang out with us.
Yeah, she couldn't hear any of that just now at all. So let's introduce our special guest, shall we? And welcome to the Haven Comics Quiz Show.
Hi. Yes, I am the best Elizabeth in this exact spot at this exact time. I'll have you know.
So if you move a few inches over that way, it'll still be true.
Yeah, it will still be true.
I like that
like 3
How big
feet
is the circumference in which that is true?
I know it's I don't know. Then you have to consider like time period. Like, are we going to go? Who knows? But anyway.
I like that you considered time because you might be a better Elizabeth tomorrow. So
exactly.
you're the best right
very
now.
True.
Yeah, just getting better every day. That's a heck of a personality trait.
So our special guest today is Elizabeth Hagel. Elizabeth, tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Hi, well, I'm a digital marketer up at Mindvolt in Athens, but thankfully I'm allowed to work at home. So my lovely apartment that has been containing me for these past months. Wonderful.
Do you have cabin fever?
Not too bad. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, if I can like exist like this for so long, but yeah, not too bad. But I live with my sister, who's an artist, and she also just
an artist
exists
and a
at home.
marketing person.
Yes.
That seems like a well-paired match there. That seems like that could make beautiful music. Or do you hate each other? I have siblings. I know how that is.
No, she's just fine on her own. I do a whole different thing.
I feel like Elizabeth's being a little humble too. Elizabeth, tell us about your cinematography directing experience. Don't you?
Yeah, where was that?
Yeah.
Let's hear about that.
I haven't done filmmaking in a while, but yeah, I went to school for it. And hi, Dad. He just commented. He's an actor.
Probably never home before whatever time this is over.
He's my Star Trek convention buddy. So
cool.
We like to travel together for that. But yeah, so I've done a little bit of filmmaking. I did a web series a while back.
I apologize.
Done a few music videos. Yes, exactly. But yeah, just kind of dabbled in filmmaking a little bit. Haven't done so much lately, but I mean, no one's really doing anything lately.
So if we wanted to say, I don't know, I'm just spitballing here, shoot a commercial for Haven Comics, you would be the person we should talk to.
Yes, for sure.
But right now the commercial would be this.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I see so many Zoom commercials lately.
I know. And they think they're being clever now. It's like, now it's just beating a dead horse.
The last thing anyone wants to see when they're watching TV right now is another Zoom screen. I mean, everybody had enough of that. Like, I saw that all day. I don't need that anymore right now.
I mean, especially during these difficult times. I don't want to hear that ever again. During these unprecedented times.
You've already got some hate in the comments. People are calling you out.
Well, she's saying that she's got some lifelines because she has some artistically minded people. And then, maybe there's a cat that only tells lies under her bed. I don't know. Have you read Saga?
Yes, actually, a little. Yeah, I do have a boyfriend who is actually a much more of a comics expert than I am. So we'll see. He might pick up some of the things I draw.
A future guest?
You may just have to. But he's up in Maryland, so he's enjoying Third Eye Comics and that world. So
I hear that they're the best comic book store in their area.
Yeah, they're in that.
Well, if you could mention them by name, they must be pretty cool.
That's true.
Yeah,
not
I mean,
his comic
I've been
book
there.
store.
It's a really nice store. But
I mean, my wife can mention Haven by name, but that's just because I've had it longer than I've known her.
Well, awesome. Thank you again for joining us. It's good to learn a little bit more about you. I have one thing that I really want to talk about tonight, and you guys tell me, should I start now or later in the show? Because I want to talk about it real bad.
Well, if you want to talk about it real bad, you should probably go ahead and get it out of your system.
Have you seen all the rumors for casting Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man in Spider-Man 3?
Yeah.
So either that's complete garbage, or how cool is that?
I don't know. Tom Holland's perfect for me.
But he's in it too.
Does your
It's like
boyfriend
the
know that?
Spider-Verse.
So we're doing Spider-Verse. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Which is something.
Not necessarily Spider-Verse. It's more. I think it's going to tie more into the Doctor Strange and the of madness or whatever. Where it's all these
of madness.
multiple dimensions and things. So, a text that I got right before we went on here. Let me pull up. Says that he believes that the Sinister Six, which is supposed to be in this movie, will consist of Vulture, Scorpion, Electro being the Jamie Foxx Electro from the Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield, Morbius, Spencer Smythe, and the Spider Slayers, and either Carnage or Alfred Molina's Dr. Octopus, which frankly, to see Alfred Molina's Dr. Octopus again would make me very happy, because I thought
that would be great. Is Morbius coming out? Like, I know there's a trailer, but...
Well, from what I understand...
Or maybe there's just a poster.
Movie, but I don't know when.
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen ever again.
I know. At least we got WandaVision, right? Like, WandaVision's pretty much set, so that's kind of cool.
That's really the only one. The other two have been pushed back. Captain America and Winter Soldier's pushed back, but then they announced this whole Nick Fury show, which I think is going to be spectacular. They could use it as a retrospective to tell stories at any point in MCU history. But from what I understand, they're planning to use it to build up toward a secret invasion story with the Skrulls.
That would be cool. I thought that's what they were doing in Captain Marvel too.
That's
yeah. I don't know. That whole licensing nightmare is just a mess.
I'm excited to see it. If you break the universes and you can pick and choose from wherever, then all of a sudden I don't feel bad about recasting. It's not like, Tobey Maguire's 3 Spider-Man and then Andrew Garfield 2 Spider-Man, and then, oh man, I've got this fatigue of recasting. All of a sudden, with them being separate characters, you can, just bring them back all of them back to life, and that's super exciting to me.
That is actually pretty cool. And we won't have to see Uncle Ben die again, so.
I have to give the Tom Holland movies credit for just letting it skip that.
Yeah.
Like, we know. We know. Great power, we get it.
Well.
Speaking of great power, that's a good segue to our first question.
Oh, no.
You knew you'd have to eventually. Okay,
so what is our first prize that we're playing for, Jeremy?
Our first prize tonight is going to be a sticker pack from, let's zoom in on it here, a sticker pack from Haven Comics and Geek Out Huntsville. And I feel like I've been a little light personally on delivering prizes. So I think I'm also, let me cut away from the prize cam here.
Stickers. I love those things. It's just me by myself.
You're so much better at manipulating this. How do I? There we go. I'm also going to give away a print of Sailor Venom. I made so much stuff for the conventions this year, and I haven't done anything with it. So I'm going to start giving it away. So if you get this one right, you also, on top of those, get this print of Sailor Venom.
Wow.
Which I have to say,
there's a pun in there. I need to find. I never
expected in my life, but it worked surprisingly well.
I got a cease and desist over that. It's a highlight of my career. Yep. Marvel told me
From
to
which
stop.
one?
Disney.
Oh.
Disney told me to stop.
Okay, Disney is a juggernaut, though. Like,
Yeah.
they're gonna get you.
They're the
All right. Question 1. Gallon of the planet Ta is better known as what Fantastic Four foe? He made his new home on the Mobius Strip space station, naming it Ta 2. That's all info I didn't know about him. Gallon of the planet Ta is better known as what Fantastic Four foe?
I'm only coming up with Silver Surfer.
That's pretty good.
You're not far off.
Do you?
I'm really not good at Fantastic Four.
Who does a Silver Surfer work for?
Who does
He
Rachel
works for
work?
someone.
Huh?
He works for someone.
Well, kind of. Okay.
Okay,
So
I'm relinquishing it to the masses.
Galactus. Silver
And they're
Surfer is.
already.
Yeah, they're in there already. Silver Surfer is Norrin Rad. Galactus is Gallon of the planet Ta. I didn't know any of that. And it looks like we already
Looks like,
had an
our
answer here. Is that Eric Heiska?
Looks like that was our first answer.
Okay, awesome. So Eric,
The one I got
you
Jeremy
won.
on.
I think it was Eric that
Oh, there it
popped
is.
in here
Up there.
first.
Yeah, I missed that one. You're right.
So Eric,
I
you
didn't
won
see that
this
one.
print. It's an 8x10 print.
What's his username? What's his user picture?
It looks like I can't even see that.
Have you ever read Shade the Changing Man?
No.
Ah,
Eric,
yeah.
what's your avatar?
That is my boyfriend.
Oh, fun.
As I said, he knows a lot more about
You
comics
did
than
phone
me.
a friend, but without having to phone a friend.
You can pick up his prizes for him. Josh corrected me. He's a herald. It's forced servitude.
Oh.
Well, if I said who was the servant who was forced to work for Galactus, doesn't quite have as much pop.
Considering his most
Not
recent
as much of a
herald
ring.
was Thor.
Yeah.
I mean, like, come on.
There have been a bunch of
What kind of a
heralds at this
guy-
point for a bunch of people.
Like, okay, let's talk about Galactus for a second, right? Because people get all upset about Galactus. This is a dude who is, I mean, I'm not a small man, but he's enormous, right?
Mhm.
So then he goes zipping around the universe looking for tasty planets to eat. And he has somebody go in front of him and say, hey, people, this dude's coming to eat your planet. What is up with that? Why does
It's
he
almost
feel
like a
compelled
courtesy-
to
it's
ruin
almost
their
a
day like that?
courtesy.
Just put them out of their misery since you're going to eat their planet. And they're presumably still going to be on it, like a little bit of Worcestershire or something. I don't know. It's just
I know. Is it like
problematic.
a fighting chance sort of thing? Like, hey,
Either I
maybe
froze
has
or you
space
guys did.
travel.
Josh, that's you. You'll come back. I think Elizabeth's right. I think it's like it's being courteous. Hey, I'm
Yeah.
gonna eat your planet, but also I'm a gentleman. So it's like a
Yes,
calling card.
exactly.
It's
You have
very
a- you
pretty,
have a
silver.
I'm a gentleman. I'm going to eat your planet, but Pinky's out.
Exactly.
That's what you need to draw next, Jeremy. You need to draw Galactus with a planet in his hand, like a big
Yeah.
bonbon or a petty but with his pinky out.
Oh, that's pretty
It's
good.
very.
That's a cup of tea.
It's almost a little Hitchhiker's Guide, right?
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh, we sent you a warning. We sent it to you. The bypass is going, man. You were
Manners make the
notified.
man. Yeah. Josh, you have the questions?
Little Soylent Green sprinkles. That's just adorable. That's what he's carb loading. That's what it is.
Mhm. Bulking.
All right. So question number 2. Now this one is it's a rough one, but it's true. Before passing away from cancer at the age of 37, what prize are you playing for?
Oh, that's a good
We forgot to
question.
mention that.
Let's go back to the prize cam. All right. So I think we should play for the mask.
TMNT, rock on. Courtesy of Christine May, thank you very much. Okay,
And-
so for the TMNT mask, to keep you and your family safe with Heroes in the Half Shell, here is our question. Before passing away from cancer at the age of 37, what iconic comic artist started Aspen Comics? What iconic comic book artist started Aspen Comics and passed away far too soon at the age of 37?
I want to say Jack Kirby and just throw it to the audience.
You got to fight a little hard.
I don't know.
That's okay. I wouldn't have known this.
Look, they
Really?
got it. They're good.
Yeah.
Did they get
Yeah,
it?
they got it.
Oh man, they got that
Yeah.
fast. Who was first? Was
I
that?
don't even know. I don't even know that artist.
I
don't
saw
know. I
Jeremy
wouldn't have known this
Longtop
either.
first, but it's got Justin Lynch's up first, although he only gave the last name.
I mean, that counts. You only need to know the last name of famous people. I have been holding on to this since I was a child and didn't know that he was dead. Is it here? I have his signature on a trading card that I got out of a trading card pack when I was real small. So I gotta
was
dig that
at
up.
Wizard World Comic Convention in Chicago the weekend that he died. And that was just such a weird... that's awesome, man.
I had no idea it was of any value at all. And who knows that it is? But I didn't know that he was dead.
Wow.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all
You were
good. But
at
it
Wizard
World?
was a weird environment there when that happened because the whole place was just abuzz with energy, and then it just went boom.
Oh. Yeah, it's always tragic to learn the people you respect have passed.
I mean, you connect with their art, and it's just like...
I never actually met him, so I'm glad to hear that. Are you offering to buy it from him, Jeremy? Is that for your tree fitting?
Oh, he's trying to buy my
Tree-
card?
It's tree fitty.
You know what? I'd probably consider a trade, but hit me up later. I don't know that it's worth anything. Maybe it's not. Who knows? We'll check eBay. So for question 3, I think we should play for my comic book. I published this summer. And man, I worked on this for so long. And then I have this brain disease where as soon as I work on something and finish it, I like never want to talk about it again. But it exists. And this is what you have the opportunity to play for now. The prize cam is going to flip through this really quickly.
I do have a question. When you have Brona and Brona on there like that, all I hear is the opening to the Batman 66 show. Brona,
Man.
Brona, 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 Batman. Was that intentional?
Yes. When I was born, I intentionally chose that last name.
I agree with you, Eric. That looks very much like a David Mack style cover.
That is my friend Joshua David Raymond. He is a phenomenal artist. I told him that I wanted something that looked like Mac. So I think he did a really good job. Okay, so for that comic, what actor reprised the role of Khan in 1982's Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan?
Ricardo Montalban.
Ah, you got it immediately.
Well, she
Which
did
I
mention.
I'm trying to get my dad to cosplay him at some point because he could totally pull it off. Like older Khan.
Yeah.
He's growing his hair right now, so we'll see.
Do you guys cosplay often?
No, just like light cosplaying.
Mm-hmm.
I more enjoy seeing other people's hard work rather than slaving over a sewing machine.
The love that goes into cosplay, I have mad respect for, but I don't know that I could wear it for 12 hours. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen some of those. Like, there's one guy in our general area that has like a legitimate War Machine costume, right?
Oh my
Like,
god.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
That's
I mean, it looks
insane.
real.
It's amazing.
I don't know how he can like exist in it without melting.
I know that some people build fans into it.
Oh,
like
that
if
makes
it's like
sense.
if it's like Star Wars or something, like if
Mhm.
it's really just contained, yeah, they'll actually build fan. One of my friends, I think, did that. Um, but yeah, still, and especially like when you go to Dragon Con and it's Atlanta in the summer, and you see people who are just like encased,
Mhm.
it's just insane.
I knew somebody on here was going to know. I
You
thought it
feel
would be
hot.
Josh Harrison to pop it on there, but yeah, that's the guy with the War Machine armor.
Mm.
I would love to have War Machine on our show. Not like the guy, I'm sure is cool too, but I mean like just in the War Machine costume, that would be fun.
Yes, just sitting there.
Yep, and then we
man.
also have this guy too. That is amazing.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Is it like the movie Iron Man or like the comics Iron Man?
Yes. Yeah, it's like the movie Iron Man, and it looks spectacular.
Okay. I know. I don't know. Just the comics Iron Man with his little mouth. Like it just seems so goofy to me. Like I get it, but
I've always respected how artists can make him emote in comics at all, because he's just like, I mean, he's a man in a like steel mask.
I know exactly. Dang.
Owen, are you
3D,
saying that
3D printing? Crazy.
that War Machine mask or that War Machine suit was all 3D printed? Because that's amazing.
Wow.
I think Josh cut out on us.
No. I thought he was ashamed that I didn't like Iron Man comics Iron Man. Maybe he just like eat it out. I don't know.
Owen says yes, that was all 3D printed.
That's
and then
crazy.
Jeremy Long says it's a legit Mark 42 for the Iron Man suit. That's cool. I'd love to see that. Since it looks like Josh is having some technical difficulties, I'm going to go ahead and move on to question 4. I think you got Hydra Kids for this one. And we will play for, let's see, what do we got going on here? Let's play for that Scotty Young X-Men variant. That's going to be the one with Phoenix and Cyclops and Wolverine. He kind of goes for a joke style. And also, I am really trying to get rid of some of this art. Elizabeth, what is your favorite comic book?
I mean, one of my favorites is probably Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
I mean, I love X-Men, Doom Patrol.
Going through what I got here.
Thinking what I'm reading right now, Umbrella Academy.
Well, if you're an X-Men fan at all, let's go for Wolverine.
Nice.
I draw these on comic book boards just to kind of have a little bit of heft. So whoever wins this next question, also on top of the variant comic, is going to get this Wolverine drawing that I did for the Haven Comic and Pop Culture Expo. I'm going to do more for the next one, but I've just got so much sticking around. Okay. What 3-letter word controversially appears hidden in the art 18 times on issue 181 of Grant Morrison's run on New X-Men? I feel like there's a gimme in here in that it's a controversial 3-letter word.
It's crazy because I've like watched a documentary about him and he's just insane in the best way and scariest way. But
he is insane. Is he the one that thinks he worships a snake god?
He's the one who John Lennon came to him.
I've got a correction.
As a spirit. Oh.
It's issue 118. I misread it as 181. Now you'll know the answer though. Controversial 3-letter word.
Oh, controversial 3-letter word. And you gave it away somehow.
I mean, that's it. You can pass if you want.
I'm gonna pass. I really wish I didn't, but yeah.
I would never know the answer to this. Also, we're a family-friendly show, Owen. It was never made clear why the word was hidden so many times, but it appears to have been a collaborative effort between the entire creative team. Does anyone have this?
Also
Josh
appeared in Aladdin. In the clouds. It was hidden in the clouds on Aladdin.
Lion King.
No.
They do this all the time. Nobody's answered yet.
Is it 0 0 1 0? I don't know. I'm trying to read.
Josh, this is your question, so I'm gonna let you take over.
Did Mike get it?
I think Zach did.
I think Zach got it.
Yeah, I think it was Zach first.
Dad. Okay.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to know what that is.
Yeah, they snuck it in there. So
18 times.
I mean, honestly, like, I am really not surprised.
But okay, 18 times. One maybe I get, but your editor should have caught it if it was 18 times. But
it depends on how well they hit it in there.
Have you
Simon
heard
Bisley got away with hiding penises on the cover of Lobo forever until somebody caught him.
I thought you were going to say Ariel. They did that on The Little Mermaid too.
Well, that was on the DVD or the VHS cover, and they fired the artist before he turned in his work. That was stupid.
What were you going to say, Elizabeth?
I was just going to say, have you ever heard Grant Morrison speak?
I have not. Tell us about it.
He is a force.
On with the internet.
I mean, he was at this one convention or symposium or whatever, and he basically comes out to the podium and screams at the audience, and then he just goes right back into like his heavy Scottish accent, just talking. Also, John Lennon came to him and gave him a lost John Lennon song, and he will play it for you. So, you know, he's an odd guy, so I'm really not surprised.
Wow.
So
He's great, though.
not only does he commune with ghosts.
Our video quality
Yes.
tonight is awful. I apologize.
Oh.
You're good.
I just always think that you're like
I've
judging
got
me
to-
whenever you freeze.
Oh, no. I've got a Google Fiber coming out here in a couple of weeks because our internet and everything has just gone down the toilet in the past 3-4 weeks. And that's really difficult when you're working from home and you require the internet for your job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now everybody's on it all the time. So, you know, it's what was it? It's a series of tubes. With everybody using it, it just diminishes the quality. Josh is cutting out on us again. But also, Josh, I don't mind stealing the show for a minute.
That's fine.
Owen made a comment about Grant Morrison fabricating his girlfriend, and honestly, that's a great factoid.
He knows chaos magic. That I do believe.
Honestly, just like Google him, like YouTube, find a YouTube video of Grant Morrison speaking, and it's just wonderfully insane.
You said he's got a whole documentary?
There's a documentary about him that, it's I don't know, I think at some point he goes out to the hills to do he does a lot of magic stuff with, like, you take a word and then you take out all the consonants or the vowels and then you put it in a symbol and it's a sigil, and then you like concentrate on that really hard.
That sounds right.
There's adult content involved.
Yes.
All that-
Grant Morrison, Alan Moore, those guys are some weird, messed up dudes.
Somebody did a video on YouTube where they had like Grant Morrison and Alan Moore facing off in a magical battle.
I've got to look that up. That sounds perfect.
This brings us.
That sounds perfect.
This brings us to question 5, and I got a little video for question 5, which makes me realize I didn't play the little video for the show. I wrote a note to myself to play the videos and didn't do it. All right, so question 5. It's our
love
special
that thing. That
Canadian
is
bonus
awesome.
question.
Cool. Good to have my sweater on.
Canada produces some of they produce some of the coolest people in the world, and we just kind of ignore it. Like, Ryan Reynolds, what are we without him? So I just want to make sure that we pay attention to, and the prize can operator is also Canadian. I want to make sure that we, honor what Canada gives us. So with that in mind, before going on to become a household name, what Canadian actor stars in the famous Nightmare at 20,000 Feet episode of The Twilight Zone in 1963? That's 3 years before he would land the role on what would define him as a pop culture icon.
That would be William Shatner.
Nailed it. I didn't know he was Canadian.
Okay,
until
I would
today.
have had zero idea on that one.
It's a great episode. It's a classic episode. I mean, he does full Bill Shatner. Like,
But wasn't that...
there's something on the window.
hang on.
Is that the one where there's something on
That was our Canadian
Yeah,
question.
there's a little gremlin. There's a gremlin dude, and he's on the wing, and he keeps on like freaking out and being like, "There's a guy out there." Everyone's just like, "eh," but he's full blown crazy town.
Josh brings up a good point. The Canadian question is
there, Jeremy. That was our Canadian question.
It is just for the audience, but I didn't say that because I'm an idiot. So
like the next question, our Canadian question.
No, I think I owe Elizabeth $25 to Haven Comics.
No.
And so you're going to win that.
Someone else said it. Someone said it before.
Nah, you got it.
Said it.
So the next question.
You got it, but we need to do something. Yeah, we got to do something for
our Canadian bonus question. We're going to pass the audience. You now, on our next question, have a chance to win a $25 gift card to Haven Comics. I'm just going to pony up for both because that was my fault. But Elizabeth, I'm glad you got that. I wouldn't have known that. Also, he's from Montreal. That I would have guessed. My wife and I were talking about that earlier. She's from Toronto, and she was like, "Yeah, it's Montreal. It has to be. He's a Quebecois." So, yes, the audience is going to get a special question now. My bad. So the next question, Josh, this is yours. Elizabeth, you got to bow out for this one. The first person in the audience gets a $25 gift card.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and ask this next question. And whoever responds in the comment first in the audience wins the prize. Congratulations. So this question is not about Canada, because we did that already. But this is in honor of Canada. So, in Doctor Who is the impossible astronaut who climbs out of a lake and kills the 11th Doctor? Who is the impossible... Anybody got any answers? Hey, what's up, Ryan? Good to see you, sir.
Ryan, that is not the right answer. It is not hey.
Hey, Two Brothers Comics. Hey is in a different movie. But the right answer is right here.
Travis got it. River Song. She's a time traveler and eventually becomes the Doctor's wife.
Indeed.
Is the one she killed, is that who she's becomes a wife of? I've never seen Doctor Who. My nerd cred just plummets every episode.
It's all the same person. They just respawn in a new body.
Mm-hmm. There is nothing more romantic than being murdered. So I can see where that would have, led to some sparks.
So my question, though, is she came out of a lake. Was she distributing swords? I mean, what else was she doing down there if she wasn't, picking up swords off the bottom of the lake? I mean, that seems like a fair question, right?
She's just chilling in there. She's chilling, waiting.
And
Yeah.
her name is River Song, right? So, like, is she some kind of special entity? I don't know Doctor Who.
She's like Amy and Rory's daughter, but she's also like got some of like the TARDIS.
Is she a dryad? Is that your
spirit
question?
in? Oh, I think he was just asking.
Oh yeah, no. I just don't know. I don't know anything about Doctor Who.
Yeah, I mean I like that run. Yeah, but I think she has like the TARDIS energy in her or something. Like
so
she somehow got Time Lordy powers.
So that's like the equivalent of someone murdering me also having the same powers as my engine, right? Is that like a big car? I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I like honestly, yeah, I think like what Travis says about how it's way too complicated. Like it's been so long that I don't even know if I really super remember even.
Well, I would have no idea where to start with Doctor Who. Speaking of,
if you want to start, you would start with the Ninth Doctor, just because that's like kind of the reincarnation, the reboot.
So but they take everything. They take everything from the past, and then they keep going. They keep all of that, but it's like a soft reboot.
Yeah, like they're like, oh, some stuff happened, but since he regenerates every time, and then they can just put in a new actor. It's like you can just be like, oh yeah, there's a past, and then they have like cute little nods to past doctors, but yeah,
I respect that.
The soft reboot was the Ninth Doctor, but everyone loves the 10th Doctor, which is David Tennant.
Oh yeah, I love David Tennant.
Yeah,
so
he's so good.
We're talking a lot about Doctor Who. This next question is kind of a little bit of a softball, but I think we should play for the Doctor Who sonic screwdriver. If the prize cam can zoom in on the Doctor Who sonic screwdriver right here. So the winner of the next question will be able to control space and time with this.
But it can't do wood. That is one thing.
Can't do wood.
It can't work on wood.
We learned in our last show that neither could the original Green Lantern. So turns out wood is a it's a pretty good that's what I'm looking for.
Is it because it's like a little yellow?
You know, that came up too. Apparently the original Green Lantern had a different set of powers. So apparently he was some kind of prisoner of the Guardians. Is that who they are? The green-headed guys? Okay. Let's see. Josh, was that yours? I think this is mine. Question 7. Who was the gunman that killed Thomas and Martha Wayne?
You know your boyfriend is typing furiously right now, like, oh my God.
I like that she turned away as to not cheat.
I really don't remember.
Have you seen Batman Begins?
Yeah, but like, aren't there like all these retcons and stuff with that?
Interestingly,
I feel like we can argue this one.
He was named in the Golden Age in Batman number 47. So when he was pulled into Batman Begins, that was actually a deep cut.
Ra's al Ghul.
It's a guess. That is a guess.
He wanted to shoot someone. We've
got Travis says, I know it was Joker in one comment. I think it was Joker in the movies, right? Like pre-Joker. We do have the right answer here. It's Joe Chill. So in Batman Begins, one like his big arc is that he wants to kill Joe Chill, and then he's like, well, I got to get out of town.
This one's so, oh my gosh.
And we got the man I trust right here for all things nerd saying he was never retconned. Apparently it's just always been that way. It was only in the 1989 Batman.
And that was my first Batman experience aside from the animated series. So
The movie?
Batman
Yeah.
animated was a heck of a series. That was good stuff.
I mean, because it made an actual a detective show kind of feel noir. Bruce Timm.
That's one of the things I miss about Batman. He's supposed to be the world's greatest detective.
Mhm.
They hardly ever tell detective stories. It's always just superheroics.
Yeah. Like,
I
I'd
think
much
the new
rather have.
Batman is going to be. I don't know. I'm kind of into the new Batman, Robert Pattinson.
That looks really good, in my opinion.
One comic artist I follow, like, posted a picture and was like, "Yes, now we get." I'm so ready for depressed Batman,
Right?
depressed detective Batman.
That guy would be so wrecked. Mentally, he would be super unstable. Right?
Mhm.
Anybody who behaves that way is not somebody who could ever turn it off, in my opinion.
It's true. And I guess Paul Dano might be in it as a villain. I don't know. There's a lot of interesting casting choices for sure, but I'm kind of excited.
So we're coming up on the end here. So for question 10, we're going to play for Munchkin Magical Mess. And I think question 9, we're going to play for Doctor Who Trivial Pursuit. So we're on question 8. Let's go ahead and play for this Wolverine variant comic here. Prize Cam, can you pull that out? Give us a little more info on that. Let's zoom in on what it is a variant of, what issue. New Mutants number 5. That's just taking a classic cover and had someone redo it in a way that is totally slick. I love it. When I think of Wolverine, that's one of the things I think about is him just wrecking the Hellfire Gang there.
Is this like a bonus Canadian question because Wolverine is Canadian?
I gotta be honest, Josh, everything is Canadian to me. That's all I see anymore is Canadian.
That book was probably printed in Canada. I'll tell you that.
What do you mean?
Most of the comic book printers are located in Canada. That Marvel and DC use.
Do you think they just like exceptional quality?
Exceptional quality, good prices, and politeness.
They're not really polite.
I think that's probably what they like the most.
You know what? I gotta pull that back. I'm generalizing every Canadian, saying they're not really that polite. My wife is from a massive metropolitan city, so maybe I'm just thinking about that part of it. Maybe if you go outside of it, they're polite. But that's.
Are you
where
trying
I
to
stay.
say that your wife is not polite?
My wife?
Because that seems like a real roundabout way of saying that.
I think I just got. See, she's threatening to fight me.
That looks like a very
wife,
polite fist that is going to be applied politely to your jaw.
She can tell anyone on earth that they're an idiot in a way that makes them say, you know what, you're right, and thank you. So, I'm just naturally abrasive, and apparently just people aren't all naturally abrasive. That's just me. Justin says Vancouver is polite. Maybe. I haven't been there.
Is Montreal polite?
I've been there. It was extremely polite.
Okay. Is Montreal polite?
Yeah. It really was. It was great. What prize did we say we're playing for here, Jeremy?
I'm getting hate messages now. I gotta cut the prize cam for the rest of the game. Okay,
She's evolving. The prize cam is evolving. It's communicating now.
We are playing for the Wolverine variant. This is New Mutants number 5. It's just a really cool Wolverine cover.
Oh, that's right.
All right. Josh, I think this is your question.
Okay. It is. Question number 8. In Star Wars A New Hope, where was Luke wanting to go to get some new power converters before being told, by his uncle? I just want to go pick up some power converters. Where did he want to go pick up power converters?
I mean, I could say Tatooine, but that would be a generalization. I don't know. Mos Eisley. I think someone already bumped in.
That's a good guess though. Mos Eisley's a good guess. You know, Tatooine. If you're talking about, it's technically not wrong.
Mm-hmm. If we take percentage wise the whole Star Wars galaxy,
True.
it's pretty close.
Yeah, I mean that's a real horseshoes and hand grenades answer there.
Yes, JT is pointing
close.
out that it is the planet, and yes, I do realize.
Elizabeth, did you
not far off? Let's
funny.
think about that for a second, right? Star Wars, this universe-spanning, galaxy-spanning thing. Why does so much stuff come back to this one, admittedly to everyone, totally crap planet? Why does everything
no one
keep
likes
going
that
back
planet.
to Tatooine? Why can't they go to a nice place?
Well, so how many places in the universe would actually hold life, right? Like it's probably a number that I couldn't count, but we're talking about like a period of like a space that you could still travel to. There's probably not that many places you could just bounce around to, right?
They
To
seem
the
to
Star
have a
Wars
very
universe?
high number
Yes.
though. Like it feels like you can just but then again they also have light speed travel, right? Or
Yeah.
so they can just flip around.
Which the math gets really weird there too, right? You're traveling
So
faster than light speed leaving here, but going there in the time between, it's very weird.
You know, if you think about it though, if we're going to use Star Wars logic, then Haven Comics is the best comic book store on Earth. If we're taking in the scope of the entire galaxy.
I don't understand, but I accept it.
I don't
That
actually
answer's
either.
right.
I think I lost my
I
own
like where your
logic.
brain is at though.
Yeah. There's a point A and a point B. I'm not sure where we went with it, but
Mike brings it back here with like Earth. Every story bounces back to Earth, I guess, except for Star Wars. That's
True.
very true. There's I mean, why are all the Infinity Stones on Earth? Why does everything happen on Earth? Why does Darkseid care about Earth? But
I feel like there's an explanation. I feel like there's a weird, like, cosmic, celestial related. I mean, I know, and like, why did they seed our planet with like the Terrigen stuff? And
yeah.
no.
In the Marvel universe, I think I have a fan theory for this. So, in Norse mythology, Odin actually has Thor with Earth, right? Like weirdly, I don't know how that works. I mean, like I don't want to see that home video, but he has it with Earth. So that becomes kind of a pet project for him, which makes sense because they spend so much time there now in Earth, and he like Odin loves Earth. Who knows how it actually plays out in the MCU or instead of Norse mythology. But Odin, I think, is the reason, and I could spend 2 hours talking about this. Odin is the reason everything happens the way it does with the Infinity Stones, and then he's just kind of seeding Earth with a lot of that stuff. Don't get me started.
I mean,
when Mike said like Earth, I said, why can't they ever go anyplace nice? And then Mike said like Earth.
Oh,
and, if they came to Earth in 2020, they might not think it was so great. They might be like, no, put me back on that desert planet, quick.
Oh, yeah.
I need some power converters.
Hey, Justin has something to add to this conversation that I think we needed. There's 783 habitable planets. I think that's what he means in the Republic.
They're habitual.
Those planets.
What does that mean?
They make a habit.
They have the habit of being planets
and having living things on them.
Okay.
Habitually. By the way, my boyfriend's accusing me of being possessed by Grant Morrison. I mean, I saw this floating giant head of John Lennon, and it all went black.
I think that is a good segue.
It went too soon.
Oh, I think it was nice. I think it was based on everything I know about it.
And then isn't like on Mandalorian, the one lady is like from Alderaan, I think, originally. I don't know.
Which one?
I just thought that was interesting. You know she's the ex-shock trooper.
Gina Carino?
Yeah.
I could see
I
that.
think
She
she's
probably said that.
Alderaan originally. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did say that, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's like,
question.
Pour one out.
I mean, what would you do? I mean, that would wreck you if your entire world, everybody knew was dead. But, segueing, question 9. What class? Oh, wait, hold on. I've already announced it, so I'm not a total idiot this time, and the prize cam has me covered. So we're going to add this to the stream here. We are going to play for the Trivial Pursuit Doctor Who edition. So you can have a lot of fun in space and time, and what do they say? Wobbly? It's wobbly stuff? Timey-wimey? That's it, right? Okay. 600 questions, 50 years of Doctor Who. So according to Elizabeth, you'll get like the last third of them? I don't know.
I guess people are asking who won the last one, the last question.
That's a good question. Who did win?
What was the last question? We went into a weird rabbit hole.
Yeah, we did. It's been a long time since that happened. Tashi Station. I'm gonna go back up here. Yeah, that was a long time.
Oh yeah,
ago.
it was that one.
I think it was Justin. Was it Justin?
Answering a Star Wars question before everyone else? No.
Yeah, and he
That
said it
couldn't
over and
be.
over again. Travis actually answered
yelling at
first. Travis answered first, but he got Kaji Station, which I feel like is probably what I would have heard too, but Justin got it right. So he won that one. Elizabeth, good catch.
They were crying for help.
Okay. So now let's move into question 9. What classic 1980s sci-fi comedy follows the life of an ex-military robot that names itself Johnny 5 after being struck by lightning and becoming sentient?
Short Circuit?
Yes. Congratulations. All the movie ones you're
Great
nailing.
movie.
Dang! I've never seen it. I just know it from other 80s like time-based stuff.
Huh.
Like Stranger Things. Like I
Yeah.
have a very ancillary knowledge, but awesome.
So it was like a zeitgeist kind of thing. Like you pulled it
Yeah.
from other people knowing it instead of actually knowing the movie.
You know, another show you need to bring up a question about solar babies.
What's that?
Post-apocalyptic rollerblading movie from the 80s. Completely terrible.
I'm very
And it's
interested.
called Solar Babies.
Solar babies.
Yeah. Because somebody decided
Never heard of
that
that
was
one.
a good idea.
All right,
This is in the
audience.
same. Yeah.
We're gonna have a question about solar babies.
How you doing, man? Thanks for joining us.
All right, Josh, we're on question 10. So we're gonna play
10. That's
for
for the big Munchkin Magical Mess.
the whole
Fun game.
board game there. Prize Cam, do you mind picking that up, showing it's got some heft?
Yes.
That is a real game. Yep.
As opposed to all the fake ones we put in boxes and give away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So are you ready for question number 10? We've
Yes.
hit double digits. That means this is big questions here. It's for the big prize. You got to really gear up.
Oh no.
All right.
Ready.
So, according to comic book writer Jonathan Hickman, who was the only herald of Franklin Richards?
Oh,
This is a whole
Eric's gonna
mess.
kill me.
If he doesn't kill you, he'll get it right.
Herald of Franklin Richards.
Oh no. Okay. No, I can't remember. Okay.
Well,
Audience.
instead of seeding, no. First thing that comes to your mind.
You can guess.
Yeah, just guess. You want to see some wrong answers? Here's one. And then here's another.
You can roll those right out.
Yep.
I don't know. Oh, is it the green dude? No. Con guy? No. I don't know. I'm just grasping at straws.
Okay, fair.
It's okay. So is everybody in the audience.
Eric's embarrassed at me.
Oh, Eric didn't get it though.
Ooh.
Eric's not allowed to be embarrassed right now.
No.
Scooby-Doo. That's a good guess. Oh.
So Alan says that Reed Richards is the only herald of Reed Richards, which I guess is a weirdly confident answer, considering Reed Richards he's just insanely
Since
powerful.
He's the progenitor of Franklin Richards. There's something to be said for that.
Yeah. The audience doesn't look like they're going to get this one right.
Justin's
Okay,
just
so read
throwing
the
out
question
garbage
again.
now.
You said Franklin Richards, right?
According to
The
comic book
son.
writer.
According to
Oh, yeah, Josh, I'm sorry. I'm talking. This is your question.
Jonathan Hickman. Oh, you're good. According to writer Jonathan Hickman, who was the only herald of Franklin Richards? Who, incidentally, is one of the most annoying characters in the history of comic books, and I don't know why Franklin Richards exists.
We're getting a lot of wrong answers in the
That's
comments.
particular,
I just
Yeah,
know,
the comments are
I feel
full of
like
interesting-
there's some weird, wasn't there weird time stuff with him where he had like the future version of himself that like came back and tried to kill
everything
everyone?
about Franklin Richards is weird. He's a mutant. He's not a mutant.
Yeah.
Eric says he needs a source.
Oh.
Eric, you better watch out or we're going to start
It's not.
having you write questions for us too.
We're getting a lot of good answers though that are apparently wrong.
Some interesting
Oh,
ones,
yeah.
I will say.
Mole Man, Hawkman, Xavier, which is not
Wrong
a bad one.
universe.
It wasn't the con guy, right? The green dude?
I don't know who that is.
That's who he becomes later or something. That mobile game, Avengers Academy, had like weirdly deep cuts. So I learned a lot about weird Marvel history.
That's good.
And
to
they
know.
had that whole thing. They had that whole thing. It's like it's been like removed from that.
You mean Kang?
King
Yes.
the Conqueror?
Yeah.
I love King the Conqueror.
Isn't he like Franklin in the future or something? But he's evil.
He's a
And he
great
comes
villain.
back in time. But
And if you haven't
Iron
read
Lad. Wait, what?
Young Avengers, you should read Young Avengers.
I'm thinking of Iron Lad.
I think we got to call it.
I kind of think we do.
I'm sorry.
Because the only person who's put the right answer in is the person who wrote the question.
Big shout out to Owen for helping us write all these questions. So if you are currently angry about this question, that is Owen's fault. But I know him. This came from a real place. This is real. The answer is Galactus. Future Franklin resurrects Galactus to be a weapon against the invading mad Celestials from an alternate reality. After the battle, Galactus reveals that Franklin is immortal and will watch the birth of a new universe with him in billions of years. What a mess that whole
my
paragraph
God.
was.
I
We
feel
brought it
like-
back.
I feel like did he do this in this?
She's checking
I have my
sources
House
now.
of X powers.
He's like,
in here.
got a book.
I feel like there was something in here about that.
She pulled out
Not
reference
having-
material.
Yeah, I pulled out reference material. I bought this for my boyfriend, and now I have it. So that shows our relationship.
That's how it
the
works.
best kind of gift. You give it to somebody else, but you get to keep it.
I mean, he read it. It's
That incredibly difficult
read it-
question
read it
is brought to you
twice.
by. So,
I don't know if anybody saw that or not. That cut out for me. Thank you,
Aren't
Josh.
super snazzy? Look at you.
I really like that video.
Hey, I have a question for you. Apropos of nothing except that it was brought up last week. The picture you drew of me, venomized,
Mm-hmm.
has Mike given permission to put that out there yet?
He has not. I asked him a little while ago, and the conversation trailed off. So, Mike, will you grant us permission to show the drawing of Josh in the next episode?
Wait, not this one?
No, I don't have it on the computer. It'd be a whole mess. It's on the other computer. It is in my sketchbook. So I'm starting to gear up to launch my 2020 sketchbook.
Owen's like taking me to school right now. Huh?
What's he saying?
Oh, he's he's instructing me
Sure.
on who King is. Yeah, I was wrong. Which is not surprising.
Owen is encyclopedic for sure. Christine, you should be on one day, and we will make sure we hit you with some good Power Ranger questions, especially from the rebooted movie with Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa, because I enjoyed that so much. Carly, come back next time, and we will show you the goods. I drew a picture of Josh
By which
Olive.
he means the picture of me.
Yes, I drew a picture of Josh. It's pretty good. I like it. Also, real quick, I thought this was... I got your teeth. They look good.
Oh, so
I
they
think
don't
that
look
this
like
is-
my teeth.
Oh, come on. Come on. You look good. This is interesting. Elizabeth and I talked about this earlier. I used to work for a different real estate firm that hired MindVolt. So
Where I
Elizabeth's
work.
sister actually did work for me in promoting what do we call it? Basically in promoting Haven Comics. Remember I used to give the sketch comics away at the store? So it was actually Elizabeth's sister that did the little social media blocks for me to use. And I had it up at the store for a long time. So the world is super small.
Yep. And she's
Cool
now
detail.
actually a professional artist. So she works out of here. And she was commissioned by Netflix recently to do some promotional art for The Haunting of Bly Manor. So
Is that show on or is that
was
upcoming?
cool. That is out
I
now.
actually just saw
It's
the
like
promo
the-
stuff for that today.
Yeah. She
So I
did
wonder if I saw her.
they were given a character to do, and she did the plague doctor ghost that's in the manor. And it's pretty cool.
The Haunting of
She's
Bly
fancy.
Manor?
It's like the spiritual sequel to Haunting of Hill House. So they just like took another work and adapted it. So they took Turn of the Screw and updated it to the 80s.
How cool is that?
Pretty. It's good.
I would love to see that artwork.
Oh yeah,
Who's
like
that
what is
show?
Munchkin?
Yeah, we're just
doing?
gonna let Munchkin wait till next week, Travis.
Yeah.
That's
Nobody
it
won
went
it.
unwon.
The
We played
entire-
hard around here.
The entire internet, anybody from the internet could have been on this show and had access to the internet, and nobody won. So yeah, it's gonna sit.
Everyone
So-
was too good. No one was cheating.
I believe that.
That might be a first. That might be a first.
Well, Josh, you got anything you want to say to wrap up? Any news about the store?
Well, let me think about that for a second. We've got big week this week with interesting independent books. We just The Devil's Red Bride came out this week, and I suspect we're probably already out of it. Rorschach, I just put in a reorder on, which thankfully it was still available because Rorschach #1, we didn't have that many people sign up for it, but we sold a ton of copies.
Wow.
Everybody was wanting that. What is it?
Alan, you bullied him until he put it away. Oh, is it still back there?
Yeah, he accused me earlier of hiding it behind my head, my big melon, so that nobody could see it.
Are you excited for the Moon Knight show?
Oh, excited for the Moon Knight show. What gave it away?
Yes, what
wouldn't have
could
been
have
this.
possibly have given it away? I really like Eric, if you're listening, what's the run that I really like of Moon Knight?
I'm guessing it's
Tell me.
Smallwood, I think, was the recent one where he was in the mental hospital.
Yes.
And
that's fun.
You didn't know
It was so cool.
he was
Ed.
Yeah, Jeff Lemire's run.
Ed,
Yeah.
and,
So good.
yes, Jeff Lemire. I mean, I love the crow, the crow head with the suit, and then both of those are good actually.
I think that's this week or next, Nate.
Garth Ennis. I read Garth Ennis's run too.
That's a pretty solid relationship where he knows you down to which run of which character you like.
Yeah, I
That's a
haven't met him,
keeper.
but I totally approve of him for you, and I hope your dad does too. Not that you need.
Is your dad still around?
I think he might have switched up. I don't know.
I will say, anybody who has not read the current Avengers story that started in number 33, just kind of randomly, this Age of Khonshu story, you read Avengers number 33 and then tell me that that wasn't one of the most fun comic books you ever read in your life.
So I will have to say,
Super
Garth Ennis
awesome.
did not
It read like a comic book straight out of the 60s or the 70s.
I mixed up Warren Ellis and Garth Ennis because
I do that all the time.
They have similar names.
Which one
So
wrote
I've read
Twisted
a
Little Vein, the novel? Because I always miscredit that.
I believe that's
Look
Warren
that up.
Ellis.
I'm going to look that up. And if you weren't on for last week's episode, everyone should know this. Khonshu, real Egyptian god. We learned that. He was the actual god of the moon. Spent a lot of time talking about that. So.
Yeah, we're a very
pretty cool.
educational show. That's what we are.
Mm-hmm.
I like it when they do that. I like it when they root it and stuff.
Yeah,
They do
me
the
too.
homework. Makes you feel appreciated as a reader.
That is true.
Yeah, instead of it just being random.
That is true. Moon Knight on Disney Plus. Yeah, it'll probably be more Smallwood than Ellis. Then Ellis kind of went a little too heavy on the just beat up people.
So it looks like we got your dad's seal of approval too.
Well, hang on. Now I'm seeing his picture. I'm trying to picture him with the Ricardo Montalban hair and seeing him.
It's like a little duck butt right now, Becky.
I could see him in the vest and everything. I could see him being Khan.
Mm-hmm. He could totally do it. He could totally.
Yeah, believe it or not, when COVID started, I needed a haircut at the beginning of COVID.
I know.
But I got this craziness now. This is nuts. This is insane.
Just gotta rock it.
Well, that's exactly the thing that I've discovered, and I'm kind of like cool, but also like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? My wife likes this. What am I gonna do? Oh man.
There are worse things in the world than your wife liking your hair, Josh.
I know she especially likes it when it covers up my face, so I'm not sure if that's good or bad.
Oh man,
Goodness only knows.
Take the win you get, right?
I guess they are bringing up good points. Moon Knight on Disney Plus will be interesting because they have like a rating threshold, right?
Yeah, you could do a pretty.
The prize cam wants you to know, don't ever cut it.
The prize cam has spoken. They like the samurai haircut.
We have a very emotive prize cam.
The prize cam is my favorite thing right now. I'm totally digging it. I love the little waving Canadian flag. It's so much great stuff there. The surprise cam has personality. Mm-hmm. And how often does that happen on the show? I bet we're the only show that has that.
She's growing in power week to week, though.
That's true.
Who knows
So
what 3 weeks from now, where she will be in her evolution.
Yes, she's Ultron. We're
Yeah.
getting love for the prize cam.
Prize game's amazing. What are you going to say? That's good stuff. Well, thanks for joining us this week, Elizabeth. Really appreciate it. You want to do the rundown of our prizes, Jeremy? It's the point where you just remembered that you didn't write this down.
Oh, are we playing the video out? I don't ever want to assume.
I'm just saying, do you want to do the rundown of who won what?
Oh, no, I did it. Do we want people to double check? I got it here. 1 through 9 because nobody won the other one. And I'm going to make sure everything's labeled. I'm going to drop it off the store.
Yeah,
Everybody, you can come pick up your prizes on Saturday. We'll have them there waiting for you. If you've got a box, we'll try and stuff them in your box. But if not, we will have them just waiting for you. Just ask. Josh should be there on Saturday. And we love to see your faces in the store. If you won, there are 2 people that won $25 gift cards. So you'll be able to use that when you come in too. Josh, do you have a physical card for them?
We have a certificate, yes.
Okay, perfect. So,
Already prepared.
Awesome. Well, guys, do you want me to prove it? Eric won the sticker pack and print. Justin won a mask. Elizabeth won a comic, my comic. Zach won the Wolverine sketch, and X-Men Scotty Young variant. Elizabeth won a $25 gift card. Travis won a $25 gift card. Justin won a Sonic screwdriver and a Wolverine variant. Justin, you cleaned up tonight, and Elizabeth won Trivial Pursuit. So Elizabeth did end up winning the big prize of the night, even if it wasn't the big prize of the night.
Yeah.
So,
Well, she got the gift card and she got the Trivial Pursuit, so she got both.
yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
Well done.
And hey, guys, remember next week I'm going to show you a picture that I drew of Josh venomized. So that's always fun. Make sure you pop by for that.
So let me ask you a question, Elizabeth. You got that $25 gift certificate, and I know this question is on the mind of at least one other person on here. What are you going to buy Eric with that?
Oh, I know. What am I going to buy? He already has, like, I usually buy him things he's read but really liked because he has Comixology, so he like does a lot of reading on there. But I do like to buy him the things he likes. I like, we prank each other with gifts in the mail because, you know, we're cold-hearted like that.
What a prank.
So I know.
Here's a gift.
I know. I was like, oh, I need more memory on my Switch. Oh, lo and behold, a memory card shows up in the mail.
Gotcha.
I know. I'll have to think about that. Yeah, do you have any more comics signed by Mark Hamill, and will they be costing $25?
Sadly, no on both counts. Now, we do have some cool Silver Age books if he's into any of the older stuff. We've got pretty good runs of old Spider-Man, Daredevil, Iron Man, Fantastic Four, Hulk, Thor, and X-Men. So all the classics. We got a pretty good run of Silver Age books in Captain America.
And I don't know that everybody knows this. You can order just about anything that is still in print or upcoming. You can pre-order things. So you got a little time before the holidays if you're a holiday person.
I've just been waiting for, was it Mind Management to come out?
Yep.
I want to get him that.
Thanks, Zach. Appreciate you joining us.
Also, Elizabeth, if nobody's told you this lately, you can spend that on yourself.
I know. That is true. That's another option. Even though if I do give him something, it may end up back in my hands.
Yeah, you've
Well
already
played.
shown that. That's clever. Look at this thing I got you. I'm just going to put it right here.
Mhm.
That's clearly love, Eric.
Yes.
That's a good relationship there. That's the kind of relationship Jeremy longs for with his prize cam.
Oh.
My prize cam's not too
Prize
bad.
cam?
My prize cam's pretty nice to me. That's right, guys. If you didn't know, I'm in love with the prize cam.
Yes.
All right, guys. It looks like it is the end of the night for us. So I'm going to play us out, and we look forward to seeing you next time. We'll have a special guest. We'll have a slew of prizes.
Thanks for joining us, Elizabeth. And thanks, everybody, for staying with us.
All right.
Okay.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate it. You guys have a great night. Play us out, Jeremy.